Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm on early. I hope nobody gets offended. I'm just going to Instagram to let people know that I am going live there so everybody knows that I'm going live. So just so people understand that I'm live, I just wanted to make sure nobody was live on Instagram. Hello to the two people in the room. Say hello. Make sure you're on live chat so I see you guys. I may have a little surprise for you guys at the end of the stream. Hi, Ellen. For those of you who are coming in early, I may actually think about this because I may show you what's going to be upcoming as far as giveaways go. So I hope you're all in for a nice treat. According to my Excel sheet, I have done 44 books, 47 pages this month. Now, one of the reasons why, well, two reasons I think I did not do as many as I did last month was number one, two big diamond paintings, one small, one humongous diamond painted, which is laid out on my thing, which I was working on. But then I got frustrated because my hand started to hurt after doing it for a little bit. It's like I can only do it for like an hour of time, and then I stopped doing it. And if you guys must know, I am drinking my Lavazza coffee, which I put a little bit of French vanilla in. If anybody's wondering, it made the coffee a little sweeter. So here's the first book. This one is called Elegant Beauties by Alana Lazaviva. Now, I have this book from a PDF. I actually bought this book as a PDF because you guys know that sometimes when we color grayscale, it doesn't always come out right on that paper for whatever reason. So I put this on some cardstock. So this is what I did with, I think, Copics Sprees. I know I didn't have tau trees then. I did find a chart of tau tree markers, so you guys can get that. Then this one, this is fantasy art by Jemica. As you can tell, I put some gel pen. I think this is either my Color It gel pen or on the wings. Or it's my, it's not my Pentel. It's probably my Jelly Roll Metallics, which I'm starting to get rid of them because they're starting to dry out on me. And that's not fun. Now, this one we all know and love. As you guys know, the next 2 days, there will be no live streaming because I have to work tomorrow, Thursday and Friday this week. Those are the days that I got assigned to work this week. So every week, the schedule will change. So I will get told probably the day before, the week before, what days I'm coming into work. So you guys have an understanding now how this is going to work. So the next one is Drum Wenger. Now, we all know that we did this on the live stream. I love the way this one turned out. This is also known as Zemless Nova. This is the Dutch version of Zemless Nova, which translates into Land of Dreams. So we did this one. I love this one. We've used Holbeins, Prismas, Luminance. Trying to remember what if we Polychromos. And I think that was what we used basically. So that's what we used in that one. Why does everything always fall over when you're trying to do it? When you're trying to make space for some of the stuff that you've done. So the next one is Flowers, Girls and Flowers, or Flowers and Girls. This is an Asian coloring book. I don't know who the artist is, but this was the one we also did on live stream. I did the one that looked like Anne of Green Gables. Now, this was the original picture. Now, this was my version of it. It was pretty close. I can't make this red hair like this. I can't make the sky like this. But, you know, we can try and make the picture our own. You know, we try and make it the best we can. Now, there are some people who can replicate and make the pictures as pretty as possible, and they do such a good job with their pictures. I'm almost envious of them a little bit. Yay! Aliens marching, Michelle. Now, this one is Women in Flowers #1. This one is what I'm doing, but I think I've since run out of these colors, the purples and the pinks, which means I have to figure out how I'm going to do this with other markers. Who else is live? So this is the one I did. I did this very simple. But what happened here was my marker dried out, and then I had to use another marker to finish it. I'll put links later on in because I went early today. Yeah, Michelle's like, yeah, you went early today. I was like, went early today because my hand started hurting. No, I have to finish that one. What is this? This has a lot of pretty scriptures. This one I did. But be ye doers of the world, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. James 1:22. I did go on early. Yes, you did. Yeah, I did. I have not gotten a chance to watch your Aliens Marching one yet. But you all know me. So I am colorful scriptures. I'm up to 122 books logged in with the new stuff. Rose Windows. There's a good chance that I'm going to finish this book probably within the next month or two because I did 3 this month in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. I have 7 books. I colored in 44 books according to that, but 2 of them were PDFs. So really 42 print books, 2 PDF books, 47 pictures this month. So this month I went down, and I think I went down because I'm doing one humongous diamond painting, which is the Chuck Pitson for the Chuck Along. Later on, I'll have a picture of where I am. I'll be doing more tonight when I watch it, the challenge at the NXT. Then I also had work this month, and then, you know, I had to go all the way up to the Bronx to, Robin read 56 books this month, according to her tally. Robin is like a speed reader. So I did this one. This one was done with sprees. This one I wanted to do with unusual colors. So I used some of my old Touch Something markers here, the cheap ones. Ooh, next thing we need is the coffee to go all over the place. Then I did this one. I love the way this one came out. Now, the idea was to use only 3 colors. So I used yellow, orange, and green. See, this orange is really this orange because the idea was to use a couple, just the three shades. So you could use any shade of yellow, any shade of orange, and any shade of green. So I was doing that. That's how I did that. So I did it as a 3-color shade challenge. I am that person. Yes, I love spiral bound books. And of course, Grace got into color by number books. Thanks. Thanks, Nikki and Niagara. And thank you to all those wonderful people who do the color by number books. This is fairy magic. So I did this one. What I really should have done instead of getting this one was wait until they had a black background. That was my mistake. So I filled in the black backgrounds with markers because I just don't like when they left the white. So this is the next one to do. I'm going to try and do 2 to 3 every month in my color by number books, just because I find them very relaxing, believe it or not. I find my color by numbers relaxing, believe it or not. I didn't think I would. And then I did one in Chibi Girls. And I used silver to outline it. I used the silver gel pen to outline it. I wanted to try something different instead of black marker. I wanted to see how it would come up. Now, what I should have done was wait until I had finished the whole picture. Now, I know her hair is supposed to be brown, but I did red instead. I don't have color by color books. I like color by number books. I just got into color by number books, so don't overwhelm me with the Kira Shrift books. So that's that one. Cupid Cuties by Deborah Mueller. I did this one, which I really love. I'm not sure if I did her last month or the month before, but I do like this one by Deborah Mueller. Now, this one I definitely did some other time, but I really like these girls. I really like doing them. She could tell the marker was drying up over here. Don't like when my markers dry up, but that happens. All markers dry up, with the exception of Copics. But Copics, you have to refill. Even Copics dry up, then you have to refill it. Woman in Flowers, number 2. This one I did not show. I did not like this. What happened was the marker died on me, and then I had to go and do the rest in pencil for the skin. I don't like the way this color looked on her hair. I don't like this picture at all. I do not like the way this came out at all. That is just the picture. I did not like this one. We always have one picture, and everybody knows this to be true. There's always one picture that you despise that you did. Why does this chair never work correctly? I swear, I need a new chair. Got the Cuties by May Yu. I did this one. Now this I did use Spree's Copics colored gel pens. As you guys can see, I put the gel pens in the little stars here to give it a little bit of a pop, as you can tell. So that's why some of them are really sparkly in that picture. You know, there is a possibility within a year's time I will have to move. So if you see a lot more giveaways, it's because of that. And I'm trying to see what I actually, oh no, don't tell me that. But I know what I colored in this one. No. Ah, yes. This one, the cute little unicorn one. So my mother says that she'd like to see me get my coloring book collection to half of what it is now, which I can kind of understand. If we have to move, things are going to change, you know? So I'm hoping Danielle gets her package. She's supposed to get it. I think I sent it out Monday, so she should either get it today or tomorrow, her package, Danielle. Because I said, Danielle, some stuff. This is Blackpink by Quizzy Art. I originally first saw this book on Instagram, and then that's how I got it. So I've done this one, that one. This one I did after, you know, this one is Andrea to me. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Andrea. This is the one that I did this month. So this one I had problems again with the skin. For whatever reason, my skin tones and this book do not mix. But when I use pencil on this book, there's no problem with the skin when I use pencils. But markers, it doesn't do very well. I think, what did I use on this? I'm not sure which gel pen I used, but I did use one of the sparkly ones. That one I did. I have a few left to do in this one. This is a book that I think I could complete. Mythical Mermaids, color by number. Nikki and Diane would be so proud. I just don't like the way this one came out. My markers were drying up every time I used them on this picture. Yeah, make the markers work for you. Mandala Girls by Grazia Salvo. This is probably the second one that I've colored in it. This one I like because the paper works very well. And as you can see, once again, the marker dried. So I just said that she had a bad sunburn. But overall, the markers work very well in that book. We're doing an early session. Joy of Coloring, Creative Expressions, Volume 4. This is The Mermaid by Susan Wygant. And I did this one. I did a cute little Ariel one. And when I thought of these, I thought of the clownfish. And I didn't want to make them white, so I made them black. Made them orange and black. Clownfish can be orange and black as well. Now, in the thing, it's coming out brown, but it actually is black. So I don't know why it's coming out brown in the camera when it really is black. But overall, you guys know what I love to use markers. I did find a Tau tree marker chart online, which I uploaded to my group. Now, this is Fantasy and Fae Grayscale Coloring Book by Erin Ewer. This is her second one. This is the grayscale one. The first one she did was not, it was line art. So this is the one I did. That's actually a lot more colors than it looks like. In the camera, it looks different than it does in real life. Like the camera is not showing how many colors are actually in this picture, but there are a lot of pictures. There are a lot of things in it. So you guys know I have a thing for mermaids. Ah, another color by number book. Oh, yes. And this one I did for Color Your Hoard 2021. This is the large print color by number book. I did one in here, and then I did two. This was the second one that I did. So, you know, sometimes I pick the wrong colors for the wrong things, and then I'm like, okay, we'll just improvise. Sometimes you have to improvise with color by number. Sometimes you don't like the hair color you picked, like I did with the Chibi Girl one. They wanted her brown hair, but I wanted her to be redheaded. That's not wrong. So then we did Fantasy Coloring Book in Grayscale. This is the special artist edition by Molly Harrison. So this is the one that I did. You guys haven't even seen her yet on camera. And I did her in a metallic jelly roll. I know this was jelly roll because I used the last of that, the pen, the gel pen for this to get the border. So I know that. I Daydream by Takuchi Art. Now this is a grayscale one. Now this is the one that terrified me to color. This thing terrified me to color. I do not like coloring owls at all. So the most part of him is green gray, and that is warm gray. He terrified me more than any other thing in this one. And there is some gel pen. If you notice, there is gel pen. On camera, this thing over here, this thing, when you take a photo of it, this thing pops so vividly. I don't even remember where I saw this book. I saw this book on somebody else's channel, and I had to have it. And of course, I did What is this one called? I think this is called Rockabilly Rosa. Yeah, Rockabilly Rosa. This is the one with weird pinup girls. This is just like if you want to do weird things with your girls. So you can do all kinds of weird things. And I think the one that I'm working, that's a whip. Yeah, this is the one that's a whip. I've just done her hair, nothing else. Keep that in mind. I've done nothing but I've done her thing, then that. Spiral Bounds! Yay! Now, Michelle, this is the book I ended up buying you a copy of. So this is the, and I did this one. We did this one on camera. Remember, guys? You guys told me the colors to use. So this is the one that we did during the live. I still like this one because it looks like a kaleidoscope. For those, you're going to love this book. This book has so many awesome mandalas. Like, I'm just going to show her a few. That one is done. You're going to love this book when you get it on April 7th. April 7th is when they told me you're getting it. So, yes, me and Michelle. I wanted Michelle to have a nice spiral bound book. Easter Bliss. The one that I did is this cute bunny. Now, the reason why I had to color the colors I did, because I'm going to show you what happens when you use Everblends. See, look at that. When you use Everblends, this happens. And some of that residue was left over on the bunny, so I colored it a dark pink to cover that. I want you guys to be aware that I have some books from the Everblend. Look at that, too. That's residue from the Everblend. So keep in mind when you use those Arteza Everblends, they're not all markers do that, but the Arteza Everblends, the first set that they did do that. They say they don't do that anymore, but I'm not willing to take that chance anymore. Blissful Scenes Volume 2. Now this is one on my list of 10 books to finish this year. So I did this one. I was trying to create a scene, and it didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it to. This color kind of faded as I was doing it, and it didn't come out smooth. But you know what? I still like that it had little, the way it dried was kind of weird, and it made it look actually different than I thought it was going to look. And so this is on my list of top 10 to finish. I did not get to my Millie Rorota one. Yeah, we're in the Spiral Land. Maui Mermaids and Island Whimsy Girls. This is one that I felt that I did, and I actually loved this one. Hi, Danielle. Did you get your books yet? My mailman is incredibly late, so I still haven't gotten my new Color in Heaven issue yet. Yes, I'm waiting for the fairy tale one. So that's what I did in Island Whimsy Girls. I gave you more. I gave you a lot. There you go. Like, I like to give stuff like, I'm also going through the collection and seeing what I can give my nieces first, you know, because there's some books that are more, I think, oriented towards children that I have. And I've gotten rid of quite a lot. So this is one of my favorite books. But I have to make choices eventually about what I'm going to take and what I'm not going to take. Oh, he liked the quarantine one, didn't he? He did. What did he think of it? He thought it was funny. He did. Uh-huh. So I did this one with purple. She came out looking a little bit like an Indian girl, and that was not my intention to make her look Indian. She ended up looking a little bit different than I thought she was going to look. So sometimes that happens, you know, when things dry, they looking. Yeah, we did the spiral ones. I thought he would get a good laugh at that one. He goes, where do you find this stuff? You know, it's funny because everything comes differently. So then there's this one, Fantasia by Nicholas Filbert. You know we always love Nicholas Filbert here. Did this for Easter. You know, I got that one thinking I was going to color in it, and then I realized I wasn't. So yeah, I've already selected the books I'm going to give my nieces, so don't feel bad if you don't get something in the mail, because what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start mailing things to people and start giving away more books again, just because everything got, you know, kind of messed up. Now that I'm working again, things are kind of getting weird with unemployment checks. They're doing weird things. I don't even know how to explain what they're doing. You know, this is one of that he has adorable stuff in this, and then he has, you know, I will say interesting stuff. Mandalas, Volume 3. And this is one I did early in the month. I know I did this early in the month because the colors are green, orange, and yellow. So I love these books. They're pretty. That's what you do when you when the thing is pulsing on you. I don't like when the thing pulses. It's alive. It's alive. Yes, this is the hybrid pen. Now, someone said they broke their hybrid pen. Here's the thing about hybrid pens. They're very, very fragile. So be very, very careful with them when you get them for pens. I've not broken a pen in quite a while, so. Well, it was made from a certain blank. It was expensive. I'm not going to lie about that. Now, this is 50 Beautiful Mandalas by Jajop. It also has Sudokus behind it, but I don't do the Sudokus. I try to do one picture in this every month, or at least two. But what's going to happen is I think I'm going to have to start doing 2 or 3 pictures in every book I do a month. Just because I need to actually clear some space. And, you know, here's the thing. When I start finishing the books, I'm not going to keep everything, because if I have to move, I have to pack all this stuff. So to me, it's better if I start going through the books and start being like super selective about what I keep. Secret Garden, an Inky Treasure Hunt and Coloring Book. Now, everybody knows that I did this one on stream. We did this one on stream with you guys. This is the second copy. Ooh. No. We did this one on camera. I love this book. I love this book. This was my first coloring book ever. So this is my second copy of it, and I'm redoing it. And no, I didn't finish that Walter Wonder pick. That will be for next month. That will be for April, which is only a few days away, which is tomorrow. Yes, I'm wearing my California shirt. Yes, everybody owns this. And because I wanted something with hearts, I did this. I'm not sure if I did this last month or the month before, but I love this book. So this will probably be like what I'm doing is I'm trying to go back into this book and figure out what I would like to color in it. Now, this was gifted to me by the wonderful Danielle. I remember that. It was relatively cheap when I bought it. I think it was like when I got it on sale for like $6.99. So, you know, Coloring Book Cafe just came out with a Flowery Beauties book. Of course, it's portraits. Grace can't resist portraits. And I also bought a Deborah Mueller book. I'm supposed to get a Demeter Victoria book. So I have 3 coloring books coming in. 1 pen coming in. I have trays coming in from JH Envision Lab, 2 trays and 3 stoppers because they, you know, you want stoppers. So I colored this one. I haven't even posted it yet. I haven't even posted this one. And this is the one that I did from Sashin Satch Diva. I love cutesy. So this is the very first one that I ever did in his book. I thought it was cute. I cannot resist cutes. I put them in piles. Everything is in piles. Jumbo Fashion. This is the other one from Danielle, and I did 2 pages in this one. I did this one. When I picked the red, I thought it was going to be a lighter red. The pink was lighter than I thought it was going to be. Then I did this one. You all guys know that one of my favorite clothing colors is what? Pink. I have a love of pink. I will say that right now. Some of these may have been done last month, and I just may not have taken out the clips. But I'm pretty good at keeping track of my books every month. And then when this thing is done, I take out all the tags and put them on a piece of paper to reuse them. This is Fairy Miracles from Clara Makova. This one I know we did on a live stream, right? Did we do this on a live stream, Michelle? I believe we did, right? I think this was done on a live stream. And yep, 303-21 did via live stream. That's the thing that's pretty about the Clara books. Now this isn't one. This is also 10 books that I would like to finish for 2021. This is Slavic Beauties. I don't think I'm going to finish it, but who knows? I did this one called Little Prince, and I did this all in pencils. I forget which pencils I used, but this was a really nice one to do. I really like this one. But if you guys would like to see what I've done in this book, let's show you what I've done in it. There are some grayscales in this. This is mostly a pencil book. This is supposed to be the evil queen. I did this headdress totally wrong. Yeah, this book is so hard to get right now, Danielle. I think it's out of print. That's the problem. When I got it, I had a hard time finding this book too. That was when it first came out. It was hard to get. What about your aliens marching video? I thought that was your completed ages video. Then I did this one. I just like that green. Did this one. I like that she made. I had such a hard time with the cat. Fur does not work for me. This one I believe we did quite a while back. This is one of my favorite books to color in because it just has such diversity of women in it. You can color them as such. Oh, that was your hashtag. I like this one. Because you guys can tell there's a whole bunch of them that I haven't done yet in this book. That one. Now this is the grayscale section. So keep that in mind. When I look at this woman, I see Brooke Shields. I'm sorry, I see a young Brooke Shields when I look at this woman. If you don't know who Brooke Shields is, then you're too young to remember her as a model. This one we did many years ago. I think we did this last year or the year before on a live stream. Because someone would say, oh, you can't color grayscale in pencil. And I was like, yes, you can. You just have to have time and patience for it. In this book, it is. So I think I've done half the book. So the book is really one of my favorite books to color in. That grayscale takes a lot of time. Here's the thing, when you color grayscale with marker, like if you're doing it in Jade, some of the Anita Victoria books or that, that's a little bit easier to do. It's not as easy as people think it is. This we did on camera. This is Magical Fairies by Anita Victoria. This is the first one that I've ever had of hers in hardcover. We did this one on camera. We did that. I love these wings. This one is grayscale. This is the hardcover version of it. The pictures are lovely. I only did one. This is the favorite video every month that everybody loves. Spellbinding Images by Nikki Burnett, Beginner's Edition, Volume 3. I did this one. This is Carmina. She's really pretty. This might not be as long as the other videos, so keep that in mind, because some of these I did not that many this month, so it's going to be different. Why is there no thing in here? Trying to remember what I did this month. There's no tag in this thing. Here it is. I did this one. Two little ballerinas. Two little ballerinas. I like this one. Whimsy girls and whimsy girls celebrate the holidays and festive occasions. We did this one live. This is the St. Patrick's girl. We did this one live. We all know Grace loves her Hannah. See, and I did this with the gold. I did this with the gel pen, the clouds. I thought the gold clouds are kind of a nice touch on it. Give it a different look, you know? Gold clouds. Who would think gold clouds? Oh, the favorite, the big book. Why am I getting sheets? We don't get sheets. We don't get sheets. This is Serene. Nicholas Philpott. I think we did it on live stream and then we continued it this month. Yeah. We had started it and then we finished it a few months earlier. So this is all colored pencil. Someone asked me, do you think Nicholas Philpott Serene is grayscale? Absolutely. Because if you actually look at some of the grayscale that I've looked at, I would say it's a combination of line work and grayscale, because some of the pictures are grayer than others, and then some of them are line art. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Well, because this is a book that takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to do it. Yeah, you know, when I got Serene, that was my most expensive book at the time at $40-something. I paid about $40 for that. And then I paid more for one Clara Makova book because of the pandemic. I just was like, and this one was bought by our dear friend Michelle, and I did this on live stream. And we did this mermaid, which is called Journey. I love doing grayscale in markers. Markers are so much fun to do grayscale. I even tell people this all the time. I like doing grayscale, grayscale, grayscale and marker more. You can do it in pencil, just takes more time. But if I'm doing grayscale in a book like Slavic Beauties, I have to use pencils. So it's not like I can just pick and choose what I want to use. These are the last books. But there's a special little thing I want to do. These are the last books in the pile. Yeah, I know. It's shorter than last month. Black and white patterns. Black and white, 100 patterns. Sun Life Drawn. I think this is one of only 3 books I own by Sun Life. And I did this one. I used various markers. I wanted to finish up some of my markers for my other sets, so that's why the colors look all so different. That would be fun to do something like that. All done by thickness. Mermaids coloring book by Ava Brown. Now, this was the untouched Ava Brown. So remember, one of my goals was to color in an Ava Brown book and color in an untouched book, so I used this to fulfill that goal. That was one of my goals. I finished that. So this is what we did. We did this on Livestream. I thought this was fun to do and just something different to do. I like doing mermaids. I like doing pretty mermaids. I like doing cutesy mermaids. What is my chair? The nuttiness of my chair. Grayscale is so much fun to color. Okay, this is by Daria A. Kakar. I'll just call her Daria Draws because it's just easier to pronounce her name. It's one of those names that's really hard to pronounce. This is Coloring Chicks Coloring Book, Volume 2. This is a really cute book. Isn't this cute? This is the one that I did. And I think this is also that I also did this for Color Your Hoard. I find, my mother says I have a gift for finding weird things. The things that you wouldn't believe that you found. And I told my mother once she was out at 86th Street in Brooklyn, if she finds any coloring books that she thinks I would enjoy, please bring them. But nothing too cutesy wootsy for them. Because I just won't color in anything too cutesy. This is Fantasia Land by Pink LaBelle. Yeah, I know. Also, Miss Jamila Victoria has a book under the same title. So in my Pinterest, I have them divided by Fantastical Land, Pink LaBelle, and Fantastic Land, Demita Victoria. So this is a really fantastic image. The other day I was looking through and I saw this really cute chibi book, but when I looked really closely at the books, I think they were stolen from April Lambert because they look very similar to the April Lambert books. So I didn't buy the book. Only to find out 2 days later the book had stolen imagery from various other illustrators. This is Fantasy Landscapes, black background. This is the second one in this book. Yay, another coloring by number book. This is the most complicated one of all the books because this one actually has all 50 colors listed on all the charts. So and I also think this one was gifted by Michelle as well. And we actually use pastels to do the background. Yep, and we use glitter gel pen. We use pastels to do this background. That's not good. Chibis by Liza May. Liza May. Liza May. How you see her name? It's this artist, Liza May Marinas. We all know how much Grace loves chibis. I love my chibis, and as you can tell, I put them silver. So I did that. Fashion, black background, coloring book for adults by Color Questopia. No, what happened is I skipped this image and did the other one by mistake before it. So it was kind of like, but I kind of also went off course on this book a little bit. Like I got tired of following the colors, and then I just started putting random colors in. Color by numbers just to guide you. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this. I got tired of it because it got too busy. Let's go. Let's go. Grayscale, Coloring Chicks Grayscale Coloring Book by Daria Draws, Volume 1. I did this. This one was called Eyeshadow, and as you can see, this dripped. When I was refilling the ink, it dripped the Copic. Luckily, it didn't drip too much onto the next one. Just a little bit, but you can't see it, so you have to be careful sometimes when you're refilling your ink on Copics. Copics work very well on the Daria Draw books, believe it or not. Then this one, Surreal Fantasy by Akiko. I did this one, thought this one was adorable. I loved it. So, I told you guys there would be a surprise. The end of this. I have filled up the bag with giveaway stuff. This was supposed to be given away. So, there's all kinds of things in here to be given away. Told you that there might be a surprise. Now, this is, tell me if you guys want any of this stuff. Because a lot of times, you know what happens? We buy the books and then, you know, I'm going through a period of culling the collection. So this is Moonlight Veil. Now, this was a Kickstarter book. They don't make this. Well, I'm not sure if she makes this or not anymore, but this was a Kickstarter. You can enter if you want. This book is beautiful, guys. The problem is I have not colored in it at all. I think the book is just stunning, but I don't have the time for it. And if I have to move, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Hi, Candy. So then I have these 3 Posh books that were given to me a long time ago, and I've never colored in them. There's another one I have, but that one's staying with me because I have actually colored in this one. This one is called Peace and Calm Coloring Book. You can enter, Danielle. Refreshed and inspired coloring. Happy and energized coloring. They all have different things in them. Jetami, Europe. I'm sure somebody would love the John Jetami one. Color Me, Asian Kung Fu Generation. Witch Coloring Book. The Wickeds. Tolkien's World. Little Witches and Wild Things. Peaceful Patterns. Beauty of Horror 2. I don't like this. I'm sorry, but I don't like the Beauty of Horror. So here's what it is. 1 through 11. So the numbers. Do not put in any numbers until I say go, until I say type in go. This is where the moderators come in handy. You can enter any number from 1 to 20, but only one number. If someone puts in the same number as you and they win, it'll be the first person to say that number. So when I say go, go, and the winner gets to choose up to 3 books, gets to choose what they want. So now you guys can go, and I will pick the winner from 1 to 20, random org. If it goes to more than 20, then it will do that. I have the random org thing in there. 1 through 20. The winner can pick up to 3 books. Mods can enter 2. And y'all can enter as well. Guys know the reason why I'm letting people pick up to 3, so that I can have some more room. I've even gone through the small books. You'd be surprised by how much the small books are. We're doing a giveaway. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Only 5 likes. Come on, I can get better than 5. Hello to the new person who just came in. We're doing a giveaway, 1 through 20. Hi, Andrea. Like, I don't have to move right now, but I'm like in the process of thinking, what can I give the kids? What can I give you guys? What can I take out of the collection? Because you know that it's going to be a horror story if I have to move with the comic books, you know? And then it's going to be a horror to move my coloring books. And then there's my reading books. So I want you guys to think about how much moving is going to affect me in a year. So I got to start cutting down things. I won't be buying as much. I mean, I'll still be buying, but I won't be buying it excessively. I'm good, Andrea. I might have to be moving. So I'm going to give you guys another minute to put in the numbers 1 through 20. Come on. It's not going to be fun to move. It's really not going to be fun for me to move. So I'm trying to cull the collection a little bit. I have logged in about 125 books in my Excel sheet. That's not even the finished stuff. I think 2 of the books are PDFs. Okay, I'm going to say stop soon. And once we do stop, we'll do the giveaway. Stop, and now I will pick from 1 to 20. And the number is 10. Are you feeling better, Candy? I saw your video on Facebook a few weeks ago, and I was scared for you. I really was. That place was not for you. Robin, was it Selena who won? That place was full of idiots and assholes who obviously didn't understand your needs. I would never go back there for help. Never would I do that again. They should have at least called you a car to get back, or a cab. So, Selena, which 3 do you want? Beauty of Horror 2, Peaceful Patterns, Little Witches, Tolkien's World, We Wickeds, The Witch Coloring Book, The Color Me, The Jatamir, Europe, The Moonlight Veil, Calm, The Peace and Calm Book, Happy and Energized Coloring, Refreshed and Inspired Coloring. Moonlight veil. Okay. Witches. You want the witches. And you want the wee wickets. So you want the small stuff. So Selena picked her books. So you want the wee wickets, the witch coloring book, and the moonlight veil. These three, right? Moonlight veil, wee wickets, and the witch book. After a while, you understand how the thing goes. So send me your address, and I will send these to you when I get an envelope ready for them, when I get my envelopes. So thank you. So I will put these back in the giveaway pile. I do actually have an envelope that I can send those in. And if anybody wants anything on this pile, let me know, because I have to try and start getting it ready and help myself not be overwhelmed if the move happens. If the move happens, I want to be ready for it, and I don't want to go out of my mind trying to figure out how I'm going to pack everything and digest everything. Also, guys, I did find a chart for the towel tree markers. So, other day I got towel trees. So, as some of you know, I'm doing a compendium, and it's okay. So I got a marker sheet. That's the Copics. So here's the towel tree markers. I did find a swatch online. And they're thin, the towel trees. They're really, really thin. So I managed to get that in. So I want to thank you guys all for coming. Thank you guys all for coming. I hope you enjoyed this. You know, guys, it's always fun. I know we went on a lot earlier than normal, but I felt like, you know, nobody else was on at the time I went on. And I felt like this would be a good way for me to do some cleanup and then also start purging the system out a little bit. So thank you guys. Bye.